Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to my Max Academy. In this video, we'll continue with Chapter 4 Quadratic Equation from 10th Standard CBSE Mathematics. We'll continue with exercise 4.2 in page number 76 of your textbook. We'll continue with problem number 5 in exercise 4.2 page number 76. So, the question is, the fifth question is, the altitude of a right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, find the other two sides. Right? So what it says is there is a right triangle. So we'll draw the right triangle first. The right triangle, right? And this is 90 degree. And we know this is called as hypotenuse because the side that is opposite to 90 degree. So if you take the triangle as ABC, what is the side opposite to this 90 degree? This side, AC, that is called as hypotenuse. This is called as the side hypotenuse, right? And this you can call it as base. This is called as base, and this is your height of the triangle. So the AB is height, BC is base, and your AC is the hypotenuse. If B is 90 degree. Now in this question, what it says is the altitude of a right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. So which means what is given is altitude means height. Altitude is 7 less than the base. 7 less than the base means don't put 7 minus base minus 7. 7 less than the base means base, from the base it is less, 7 less, which means base minus x. That is given. Altitude is equal to base minus x. This is called as height, or you can also call it as altitude. Altitude means same as height of the triangle. AB is the altitude, BC is the base, AC is the hypotenuse. Right? Now altitude is equal to base minus 7 centimeter. So that is what is given. Minus 7 centimeter. Altitude is 7 less than the base. 7 less than the base means I told you already. When they talk about 7 less than the base, you first write the base, then put 7. If they say it is 1 more than the base, then base plus 1. If they say 5 more than the base, then it is base plus 5. If they say 7 less than the base, it is base minus 7. So first you write the base and then the 7. Right? The question says altitude of the right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. 7 centimeter less than its base means base minus 7. It is 7 centimeter less than the base. Which means if the base is suppose 12, then you have to subtract 7 from that to get the height. And this is given. And also hypotenuse is how much that they have given us? 13 centimeters. So this is 13 centimeter. AC is 13 centimeter. This length is given. Now we need to find what is the length of AB and what is the length of BC. They said find the length of the other two sides. Find the other two sides means you have to find the length of the other two sides. Now we will take one of them as x. Now if you see, your height or altitude is equal to base minus 7 centimeter. So whenever we write this as base minus 7 centimeter, we generally take this base as x. So if this is given as altitude equal to something, on the right side whatever we have, that we generally take it as x. So we'll say let the base of the triangle, right triangle, is equal to x centimeter. So the altitude becomes what, or the height? So altitude of the triangle becomes what? That is equal to base minus 7 centimeter. Base is how much? X. Base is x. So x minus 7. X minus 7 centimeter. If base is x, then height is base minus 7 and base is x. So x minus 7. And the hypotenuse is 13. Right now, so which means we can write if this is x, this is x minus 7. Base is x means height is x minus 7. Now if you see this, it's a right triangle and it talks about the three sides. then we have to apply our Pythagoras theorem, right? So what the Pythagoras theorem says, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides, right? That's what the Pythagoras theorem says. The square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, right? So which means the square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the two sides. So what the Pythagoras theorem says is, by Pythagoras theorem, right, what we have is the square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. So what it says is your AB square, or I can just say AB square. If you square the two sides, AB square plus BC square, sum of the squares of the other two sides will be equal to the hypotenuse square, will be equal to hypotenuse square, which is AC square. That's what our Pythagoras theorem says, which you would have studied in your 8th standard and 9th standard. So now what is AB square? X minus 7 the whole square, because AB is X minus 7 the whole square, plus BC is X square, equal to AC is 13 square. Now we should solve this and find the value of X, right? So if you expand this, this is like A minus B the whole square. That is what? A square minus 2 into A into B. Your A is X, B is 7, plus B square is 7 square, plus this X square. So this entire thing is A minus B the whole square formula. Right? What is your A minus B the whole square? A minus B the whole square, you know. A square minus 2AB plus B square. A square minus 2AB plus B square. Take X as A, 7 as B and apply. Don't take B as minus 7, because we are applying A minus B the whole square. So A square minus 2AB plus B square, and this X square comes as it is, equal to 13 square is 169. So this becomes X square minus 14X plus 49 plus X square equal to 169. 7 square is 49. Now X square plus X square is 2X square. And this is minus 14X plus 49. This minus 169 comes this side, it will become minus 169 equal to 0. So 2X square minus 14X minus 120 equal to 0. So 169 minus 49 is 120. Now again, if you observe here, 2 is common everywhere. So I'll write this again here. So this is 2x square minus 14x minus 120 equal to 0. Now if I take 2 common, we'll get x square minus 7x minus 60 equal to 0. I'm taking 2 is common everywhere. So if you take 2 common, 2x, so if you multiply 2 into x square, 2x square, 2 into 7, 14, 2 into 60, 120. So this 2 can be thrown to this side. So we'll get x square minus 7x minus 60 equal to 0 by 2. The 2 will come this side. It will become divided by, here it is multiplication. So that will go away. That will become 0 by 2 will become 0. So you will have x square minus 7x minus 60 equal to 0. So this is your equation. We have to solve by factorization and find the value of x. Now how do we do that? Now again we will say multiplication. I should get 1 into 60 is 60. If I multiply 2 number, I should get 60. Same 2 number this side. What is this? Minus. Minus means subtraction case. If I subtract the 2 number, I should get this. What is this? 7. So I should find 2 numbers such that when I multiply the 2 numbers, I should get 60. Same 2 numbers, if I subtract, I should get 7. How am I saying subtract? Based on this side. This is minus. So it's a subtraction case. If this was plus, it would have become addition case. In that case, we will say if you add the 2 numbers, we should get 7. But here it's a subtraction case, which means if you subtract the 2 numbers, we should get 7. This 2 numbers we should find such that when you multiply the 2 numbers, I should get 60. The same 2 numbers, if you subtract, you should get 7. So what are the 2 numbers? So A and B equal to, again, if you don't know how to find, I told you how to do that. So write A, B, then multiplication, subtraction. Write all the multiples, like product of the 2 numbers as 60. First number will start as 1 into 60. So 1 and 60. 1 into 60 is 60. Then subtract 60 minus 1 is what? 59. But what we need? 7. So 1 into 60 will not work. 1 into 60 will not work. Then 2 into 30. What is 2 into 30 is also 60. But what is 30 minus 2? 28. But we need to get 7. So 3 into 20 is 2. That is also 60. What is 20 minus 3? 17. So this also will not work because subtraction of these two, 20 minus 3 subtract. When I subtract, I get 17, but I should get 7. Right? Then we'll try with 4 into 15. 4 into 15 gives you 60. And 15 minus 4 is 11. But we should get 7. This also won't go. So go to the next number. We'll say 5 into 12. That is 60. 5 into 12 is 60. Now 12 minus 5 is 7. Yes, this gives you. That is the right number because 5 into 12 is 60 and 12 minus 5 is 7. So the numbers are 12 and 5, or you can say 5 and 12. Here you can write anything. You can write 5 and 12 or 12 and 5, doesn't matter. Now it's a subtraction case. In subtraction case, one is positive, one is negative. So to know which is positive, which is negative, we should see this sign. This sign is minus. The greater number will take this minus sign. So which means greater among this is 12. So 12 will take minus and 5 will take plus. Because in subtraction case, one number is positive, one number is negative. So now if you solve this, you get x square minus 12x. Then plus 5x minus 60 equal to 0. Right? So we have made this minus 7x as splitting the middle term. We have written minus 7x as minus 12x and plus 5x. How do I know it should be minus 12 and plus 5? Based on these two. That's why we are finding these two numbers like this. Now again, if from these two, if I take x common, I'll get x minus 12. From these two, if I take plus 5 common, you should write along with the sign. Don't just write like this. I have seen people writing like this. You have to put the sign there. Plus 5. Or if there is a minus, you should put minus 5. So x minus 12 equal to 0. So which means in these two, x minus 12 is common. You get x plus 5 equal to 0. Again, so which means x minus 12 equal to 0 or x plus 5 equal to 0. So when x minus 12 equal to 0, x is equal to 12. Or x plus 5 equal to 0 means x is equal to minus 5. So this plus 5 goes here, it will become minus 5. Right? But x is what? X is the base of the triangle. So, but base cannot be negative. You cannot have negative values for base. X you are getting it as minus 5. So we'll say x cannot be negative because x is the base. X is the length of the base. I cannot say minus 5. Length of the base is. So x cannot be negative. X cannot be negative. Therefore, we cannot take this value. So only value that we have is x is equal to 12. Therefore, x is equal to 12. But what is the x? So base. So we have found the base of the triangle. So base of the triangle is what? Base of the triangle is equal to x. We took it as x centimeter, which means x is what? 12. So 12 centimeter. So the base of the triangle is 12 centimeter. Now height of the triangle or altitude of the triangle. Altitude or height both mean the same. Altitude of the triangle is what? Altitude of the triangle is x minus 7. X minus 7. That is equal to what is x? X is 12. So we should substitute 12 here. So which means 12 minus 7, which is 5 centimeter. So we have found the other two sides, which means the base is 12 centimeter and the altitude is 5 centimeter. That is the answer. This is the answer. Clear? How to do this? It's an easy question, but you need to apply the Pythagoras theorem. You should know that the sum of the what is the Pythagoras theorem states that in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. That is the Pythagoras theorem. Right? Pythagoras theorem's statement is in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Sum of the squares of the other, you can say sum of the squares of the other two sides is equal to hypotenuse square also. Fine. So this is how we do the fifth problem. We'll go to the next problem, which is the sixth problem. We erase this. Fine. So now sixth problem is, I'm reading the sixth problem in exercise 4.2. Sixth problem is, it says that a cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. There is a cottage industry. It produces certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed that on a particular day, the cost of production of each article was more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. If the total cost of production on a day was rupees 90. Find the number of articles produced and the cost of each article. And find the number of articles produced and cost of each article. So what is given is it's producing certain number of pottery article. We don't know how many articles it is producing, so we should take that as X. So we'll say let the number of pottery article produced in a day equal to X, which means X number of articles are produced. Articles produced in a day is X. Now what is the cost of the article? Cost of one pottery article is given as what? So what is the cost of the article? It says that it was observed that on a particular day the cost of production of each article, which means one article, was 3 more than twice the number of articles. So it says 3 more than twice the number of articles means 2 times the number of articles plus 3. When they say 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on a day, then we should first write 2 times the number of articles produced plus 3. This is the meaning of 3 more than 2 times the number of articles produced. Now which means this is equal to 2 into what is the number of articles produced? X. Number of articles produced is X. So 2 into X plus 3. That is the cost of one pottery article. So the number of pottery articles produced on a particular day were X and the cost was 2X plus 3. Right? This 2 is only into X, not with the 3. The 2 is only for the X. So 2X plus 3. Fine? 2X plus 3. So that is the cost of producing one pottery article. Now it says that if the total cost of the production was 90. So total production cost was given as 90 rupees. 90. Now we need to find the number of articles produced and what is the cost of each article. Now what is the total production cost? Oh sorry, production cost. Total production cost. Now what is the total production cost? Total production cost is number of articles into cost of each article. Number of article is X into cost of each article, that is 2X plus 3. That will give you 90. The total cost is nothing but what? How many you produce into the cost of one article into number of articles produced. That will give you the total cost, which is 90, given as 90. So now multiply X, this is into multiplication. So X into 2X is 2X square, X into 3 is 3X equal to 90. Now bring this 90 here. You get 2X square plus 3X minus 90 equal to 0. Minus 90 equal to 0. Now what we should do here now? Now we should find two numbers. We should find two numbers such that when I multiply the two numbers, I should get 180. Which is, how did I get this 180? 2 into 90, 180. The same two numbers, what is the sign here? Subtraction. When I subtract, I should get 3. Same two numbers, if I subtract, I should get 3. What are the two numbers? We have to find two numbers such that when I multiply the two numbers, I should get 180. That is 2 into 90, which is 180. And the same two numbers, if I subtract means this sign is minus. Minus means subtraction case. I should get this 3. See what are the two numbers. So A equal to B equal to. So we have to do the same way. We should write as 1 into 90, 90. Then 90 minus 1 is 89. But we should get 3. Then 2 into 45. Like that, if you keep on doing, right, you will observe that 12 into 15 will give you 180. 12 15s are 180, right? And if you subtract 15 minus 12 is 3. So if you keep on doing, no, you will write somewhere 12 into 15 and then you will get 3. So the numbers are 12 and 15. Now it's subtraction case. In subtraction case, one is positive, one number is negative, one number is positive. To find which is positive, which is negative, we should see this sign. The greater number will take this sign. So greater number among this is 15. 15 will take this plus. So 15 will be plus A will be, the 12 will be minus. Clear? So now we can do the factorization. So 2x square plus 3x can be written as minus 12x plus 15x minus 90. This 90 will write as it is, x square equal to 0. So this plus 3x is what? Minus 12 plus 15 will give you 3x. If you do these two, minus 12x plus 15x, you will get 3x. Now in these two, what is common? 2x is common, you will get x minus 6. Here plus 15 is common, x minus 6 equal to 0. In these two, 15 can be taken because 90 is what? 15 into 6. If you take 15 out, 6 will be there. If you multiply, you will get back this. Now again, x minus 6 is common. Let me erase this. Fine. Again, here if you take x minus 6 is common, you will get 2x plus 15 equal to 0. Fine. Now, then what do? We get either x minus 6 is equal to 0 or 2x plus 15 equal to 0. This gives you x is equal to 6, or this gives you 2x is equal to 15 goes this side. It will become minus 15. Your x will become minus 15 by 2. X is minus 15 by 2. Here x is 6. But x is what? X is the number of articles produced in a day. Number of articles produced in a day, that cannot be negative. I cannot produce negative number of items in a day. Right? So the worst case, it can be 0. I may not produce anything. That is 0. It cannot be negative. So x cannot be negative. So we cannot take this value. This value should be ignored. It's not wrong. It's not wrong, but this value we cannot consider because x is the number of articles produced. So we should consider only x is equal to 6. Right? So we will say x cannot be negative. So we'll say x cannot be negative. X cannot be negative because x is the number of articles produced in a day. X cannot be negative. Therefore, among the two values that we got, we'll choose only this value. Therefore, x is equal to 6 is the only value that we should consider, and then we should find what? We should find these two. Number of articles produced in a day and the cost of each article. Now, number of articles produced is what? Number of pottery article produced is equal to what? Is equal to x. X, and x is what? X is equal to 6. So 6 articles. So 6 articles were produced on that day. And what is the cost of one article? Cost of one article. What is the cost of one article? One pottery article. 2x plus 3. So that is 2x plus 3, which is equal to 2 into x is what? 6. You should substitute 6 here. 2 into 6 plus 3, which is 2 into 6, 12. Don't do 6 plus 3. I have seen people doing 6 plus 3 then multiplying with 2. No, first you have to apply the BODMAS rule that you studied in your earlier classes. Right? So first you have to do the multiplication. 2 into 6 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. So rupees 15. I'll say rupees 15 because it's a cost, right? So rupees 15. So number of articles produced were 6 and cost of one pottery article was 15. So this is the answer. Clear? Fine. So I will stop the video here. We have completed exercise 4.2. In the next video, you can continue to watch my next video where I have done the next section, which is finding the solution of the quadratic equation by the method of completing squares. That is also a easy way. There is one more way to find the solution of the quadratic equation or roots of the quadratic equation. This is the factorization method. What we have done here is the factorization method. The next method is method of completing squares. So I'll do that in the next video. Watch my next video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.